Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between viOlet and ShoWTimE on Frozen Temple. In the top left side of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is viOlet. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Protoss player. It is ShoWTimE, who's had some pretty good run on my channel recently. viOlet, not so much, but again, a very, very solid Zerg player in his own right here. I expect to see good things from him, but ShoWTimE has shown time and time again he has very good patience, very good build orders, and very good decision-making in the face of the hectic attacks that can come from the Zerg swarm. Production tab, somehow structures is up. That's what I meant to have. Production tab. Gateway on the way here for ShoWTimE. I'm going to wall this off. A very standard play that we've seen from him on this map more than once. So wall it off here with a cybernetics core. Hold it with a zealot or an adept, depending on what you want, and then go for the nexus behind it. It's just a very, very economical way to play this game. It used to be these unbuildable rocks were up here, and so you couldn't wall it off because this was blocking it, and then Protoss and Terran players were like, what is this garbage? And Blizzard fixed it pretty fast, so no big deal. Extractor here from a viOlet into, I have to assume, a spawning pool. There it is. There's the spawning pool. Let's see how fast it gets workers onto this thing. 1, 2, and 3. That flittered between 2 and 3 a little bit. That was weird. Either way, he gets the third one on ready to rock. And double gateway opening into cybernetics core. All right, so ShoWTimE is not going for a 1-gate expand here, or even a 1-gate into cybercore expand. He has 2 gateways, not even getting this nexus quite yet. Oh no, he is. Boop. I still saw that mineral count. He definitely is. All right, so he is planning on having double chrono boost available for an attack from 2 gateways. We've seen this more than once as well on the channel. It's likely going to be adepts, although double stalker not bad either in this early stage of the game. Now, viOlet has been seeing this since Legacy of the Void. He's seen early adept attacks. He knows how to deal with it. The answer, at least if the adept numbers are low, is going to be lings and queens. Queens, as they don't take much damage here from the adepts, and they can deal pretty good damage with range to them as well. And lings that get a surround on adepts and don't allow any kiting are actually pretty darn good. Really fairly good. So here come the adepts moving right on out. They're going to chrono boost, and I mean, this one's not available. That's kind of the plan, is to have this one eventually, but I think, I don't know, the timing seems off on this. I'm not sure why. So the adepts moving right on out. I think the Overlord saw that. Yeah, the Overlord saw what was coming out of there for sure. So he knows there are adepts on the way. In production are 8 lings, couple queens here too. Gonna knock down this unbuildable rock structure just to avoid misclicks later on in the game. And Overlords making sure that's what's happening. Yeah, double checking that these are in fact adepts. Checking for a third base. They do see one. They can't deny it really though. And now these lings chasing them around. Nice cancel. Good cancel by ShoWTimE. Yeah, maybe he could kill that number of lings, but you don't know how many more are coming. This Queen 2 poses a bit of a problem. Although walking right into it, never mind. What are you doing, ShoWTimE? Why would you... Alright, I mean, the lings don't have speed yet, and there is the psionic transfer. That was actually not bad. That worked out pretty darn well. Now there are 4 adepts, more adepts in production. Is ShoWTimE just going straight adept right here? He might just be going pure adept. Nope, just kidding. There's a Stargate coming up. Okay, so Stargate play after the adept opening. That is a very nice creep tumor he was able to get up. The adepts weren't able to take that thing down, thankfully, for a viOlet. Queen stabbing away. Again, doesn't do a whole lot of damage to them. Speed is finished on the lings. 2 queens stabbing away. Are this enough lings to actually kill these? Nope. Psionic transfer gets him out there again. And once again, rejoining. Every time ShoWTimE comes back, he has more of these adepts. He's killed a couple drones there too. It's now 31 to 30 harvesters. viOlet is up, but just a little bit. He needs to deal with these adepts before anything else here. Can they kill this larva? Not really. They're actually choosing to go after the hatchery instead, and I'm not sure if that's a great idea. Queen, stabbity, stab, stab, stab. Oh, there are enough adepts actually to take her down if she's not careful. And she is. The lings trying to find these guys, but they're so shifty, or these girls rather, as they are female. That is a female face for Protoss. They don't have mouths or noses, so it's kind of hard to tell. It's more of a face shape thing. I'm not sure how thoroughly Blizzard has thought out the Protoss lore and how that works, but I think that's what it is. There's your Baneling Nest, and there's a defensive Spine Crawler. He was worried about the adepts getting up inside his main base, is what that was, but in the end, I think this might just be canceled. Phoenix production on the way for ShoWTimE now, and is this going to be another Baneling Hydra attack? I mean, I know people are telling me in the comments, this is standard. This is something we see a lot in ZVP in the current meta of Legacy of the Void, but I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah, Banelings are great against Zealots and against Adepts, but man, that's a lot of gas investment to just get rid of those units that Hydras and Roaches do very well against anyway. And the Banelings are of no use against Archons, no use against air units, no use against Immortals, which is something ShoWTimE is a big fan of. Although he doesn't have a robotics facility yet, surprisingly. Adepts just trying to snipe out as many Lings as they can. A lot of dead Lings thus far in this game. Lings trying to find a way to get in here. Might force a cancel on this base. Dead probe. And they want to kill the Adepts so bad. Look at this. Trying to hold the Adepts down while the Banelings come in and crush them out. Any Adept's going to die before they transfer? No! Not a one dies. Smacking down a Baneling, though. Photon Overcharge popping it up here, too. They might just actually get this base, taking out the pylon and forcing a cancel. They forced the cancel. Great play there by viOlet. Lings heading on back home. And the Adepts and Sentries trying desperately to help reestablish this third base. He needs that thing to keep up with his Zerg opponent. It's 44 to 42 Harvesters. ShoWTimE is actually going to be a little bit oversaturated. No, not really. Not really at this point. He's right on the edge of being oversaturated, so he needs this space to come up so he can continue to not be oversaturated and be efficient with his mineral gathering. Lings really want to kill this base again. They almost got that probe, but the probe lives. Thankfully for the probe. Phoenix Ball flying right on in. viOlet did not see that coming. Taking out a lot of drones there, rather. 8 workers killed, 9 workers killed by ShoWTimE. He's absolutely slowly whittling down that Zerg economy. Any Spore Crawlers here? No, no Spore Crawlers here. A Queen, though, which is fine. And the Phoenix continuing to be super duper great for ShoWTimE. Holding this line are Adepts and Sentries. Okay, Banelings are also good against Sentries, assuming they can actually hit them and Force Fields don't crush them in the meantime. But regardless, creep spread continuing to head out across the map. We do have a lot of Queens sitting up here. I think viOlet's thinking about taking a 4th base. He's not quite sure if he wants to do it with these Phoenix out, though. Losing a Queen, losing another Queen. No Spore Crawlers still here. Finally throwing one down, but it's just too late is what it is. Queen's trying to stab these guys, but now there's nothing up here. There's not a Spore Crawler here either. viOlet, so many dead workers. So many dead workers. 12 workers killed. Phoenix continuing to fly around and be agents of death. A Transfuse does manage to keep that Overlord alive. That was a little surprising. This one definitely going to die, though. As it does, and here comes another attempt of a Ling run-by to see what's happening. Banelings trying to morph in. Not going to happen. They are going to get canceled before they can do anything, and actually killed, not just canceled. Bloop, bloop. A small refund coming back to viOlet for losing those guys. Lings knocking down pylons here at the front door. Where's that Mothership Core? She doesn't quite want to engage here yet. But I guess free pylons, if you can get them, are not bad. The Lings do not have any attack upgrades, but manage to pull it off anyway. Some force fields being used to take out 2 Zerglings. These guys came back for some seconds too. 4th base on the way for viOlet. Phoenix taking shots to the face once again from the Spore Crawler. Seaman having Spore Crawlers, so darn useful against these guys. You wouldn't have to lose 12 workers. 12. It's 67 to 68 Harvesters. viOlet could be up by like 15 workers right now, if not for the fact that these Phoenix were so darn effective. Double pumping Immortals now is ShoWTimE, as we've seen him do more than once in the past. Here come the Adepts. Here come the Zealots. Maybe this is what the Banelings are for. Spore Crawler getting destroyed before he can even finally plant there. There are some Ravagers and some Roaches. And here it is, the Roaches, the Lings trying to get on top of everything. The Phoenix are trying to destroy the Overlords, lifting the Queens here too. Corrosive Piles landing. What's left on the ground? So much stuff is lifted. They end up landing, and there is the recall home. This Immortal, bad place to be. This one too, unfortunately getting trapped out here in the open. Trying to micro his way to victory, but not going to happen. ShoWTimE continuing to double pump those Immortals. It is now 68 to 62 workers. ShoWTimE does have the lead. Army supply is 50 to 61 in favor of ShoWTimE. Worker supply, again, we have that lead. Queens getting sniped out in the open. The Phoenix count, absolutely super duper cost efficient Phoenix thus far. They have definitely paid for themselves, which I am always glad to see. Knocking down those rocks. A bunch of Roaches who are utterly useless here against these Phoenix. More and more Overlords dying. Is this going to supply block viOlet? Not anytime soon. No, but it's just a super annoying thing that does keep viOlet in his base, which is the problem. Picking up workers, killing more and more of these drones. Yeah, taking some shots from Spore Crawlers, but who cares? Who cares? Finding Overlords to kill is the best part of life for these Phoenix. This one only has 1 kill, surprisingly. This one has 5, 3, 8. Queen getting stabbed away, and blarp. Yep, more and more drones dying here. ShoWTimE is basically taking advantage of the fact that viOlet has no interest whatsoever in making a Spire. No Corruptors, at all. No mutas at all. Nothing that can keep up with these guys. And in the meantime, these Phoenix are just agents of death. Agents of death. Bad transfer. viOlet does end up turning it around just in time. Another base coming up for ShoWTimE. This one has been reestablished and is happily mining, continuing to double pump these Immortals. The Immortals, 5 of them right now. He will soon be up to 7 Archons in display here too. Like I said, man, Archons the way to go. But a Roach Hydra Ravager composition, not bad in this situation. Getting a Lurker Den too. I'd like to see viOlet use some Lurkers in some situations where it works for him. Spore Crawler now complete. How are we looking on worker count? 64 to 68. ShoWTimE still has the lead, but the Phoenix aren't quite as damaging as they used to be. ShoWTimE's intention seems to be elsewhere. Nice Ling run by here, but only a single Ling can attack that pile or that cannon at a time. Just great placement. Just great cannon placement by ShoWTimE. Just nuts. All right, Zealots in the front. Upgrades +1 has finished. +1 is finished for the Roaches and Hydras and Lurkers and Ravagers as well. That melee attack. Ling's trying to take down the pylons. A small group of Hydras and Roaches doing a lot of damage over here. ShoWTimE might straight up lose this base. I don't see where he has any units at all, but again, he might lose this one on the other side of things. ShoWTimE absolutely crushing through that hatch. This Nexus is going to fall, but ShoWTimE can't be stopped here. This might be it for viOlet. He does have Hydras. He does have Roaches. He doesn't have any Lurkers in production yet, which is a bit of a problem. Amazing force fields, trapping a couple Roaches on the wrong side. They end up falling there too. These guys can't decide if they want to go back and help or possibly just take down this Nexus, and they do decide to go back. Corrosive Biles landing, not actually getting rid of force fields as they were originally intended to do. The Hydras on the high ground, sniping out a couple of the sentries. Very nice. Very nice indeed. The Archons not really participating too well. This is an insane game. Hydras just standing in and fighting now. No, here come the Phoenix lifting up the Hydras and taking them out of the battle. viOlet forced to retreat on home, trying to snipe down what he can. More and more Hydras in production. All that's really left here are the Phoenix, but they're doing so well against them with the extra damage, and that's it. A good game, well played by viOlet. viOlet is defeated. ShoWTimE is victorious, and Protoss wins the day. Excellent, excellent display by ShoWTimE. Once again, the Immortals making their names known. 11 kills, 4 kills, 12 kills, 8 kills. Woo, 4 kills on that one too. The Phoenix though, Phoenix MVP. Lifting those Hydras in that final battle. I feel like viOlet might have had that, except for the fact that half his Hydras got lifted and completely taken out of it. 11, 4 kills on those Phoenixes. 3, 4, 11, 4, 1. Okay, maybe not as many kills as I would expect, but man, they were so darn useful. Archons as well, not bad. Not bad. Didn't really play a huge part in the battle, but viOlet did take down this base, but could not stop the march and the advance of ShoWTimE in the end, and ShoWTimE wins the game. So, well played by him, and that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.